Hello, everybody, and welcome back to yet another episode of the Unathletic, where two unfit, unathletic men are going to tell the world's best cricketers how to play cricket. We are going to be talking about the IPL. This has been a great season so far. It's not often that me, as a Manchester United fan, as an RCB fan, as a Ferrari fan in F1, gets to sit here and talk about how my team is doing well. So this is going to be fun for a change. Joining me is my friend Amar. My name is Akshat. Hello, how are you?
Good. Glad to be back on the pod and talking cricket because honestly, in the football episodes, I've not watched a single Premier League game since maybe like 13 or 14 game weeks in, because just my team is so bad and I've given up all hope in life. But this is a refreshing change. Cricket, we're doing decently well, but RCB have a habit of like breaking hearts in the most unapologetic way possible, and I'm still keeping my fingers crossed. I hope that doesn't happen, but we never know with that team.
We never know, but I think our heartbreak, if it's coming, looks like it'll come in the playoffs now. I feel like we're in a good enough situation.
Don't say it, dude. My God.
You gotta be confident sometimes,
You've
bro.
not learned anything, bro.
Listen.
That's the problem. So Akshat and I have this thing where we've literally dragged RCB through to the playoffs last year by reverse jinxing them, by saying that if Virat Kohli looks in good touch, we're like, no, he's going to get out now, and then Kohli goes on to score 100, or something like if Shubman Gill is batting very well, we're just going to be like, he's going to take the game away from us, and immediately the next ball he gets out. Thing is that you have to time it perfectly. So if you're listening, like don't go watch the match and every ball say that, oh, this is happening and that is happening.
Or leave it to the pros.
Yeah, leave it to the pros. It's happened well so far.
No, but I'm feeling confident, Amar. We're going to win. We're going to win. We're going to get to the playoffs. Let me at least that.
No. Okay. I'm not saying anything.
Okay. So let's start talking about the playoff picture. We are now 8 to 9 games in, based on which team it is. We are recording on Sunday, 27th April. Right now, the Mumbai and Lucknow match is going on. Mumbai seem to be in a good position in the first innings. So we don't know how today's matches are going to shape up. Maybe a few more matches would have been played by the time this episode releases. But at the top, we have two teams, Amar, Gujarat and Delhi as of now. I don't think either team you had predicted to be in your top 4.
Gujarat, definitely not.
Yeah. Delhi, I had put in my top 4. I thought they had a good balance to the team, but I would have never guessed that these two teams would be the ones in the top two. Yeah. So, I mean, what do you think so far in terms of the way these teams have played? Let's start with Gujarat. Of course, the powerful top 3 opening which they have between Sai Sudarshan, Shubman Gill, and the one and only Josh Butler, who's further solidifying his status as a short format legend.
IPL great.
Yeah, IPL.
Not even international. Like, I wouldn't say he's done so well in the international circuit.
I mean, if he's won a World Cup, I think you can still kind of like put him over there. Right?
Yeah, but I mean, I feel that Josh Butler for England and Josh Butler in the IPL are two completely different beasts. I don't know what happens. But if listeners go back and listen to our preview episode on the IPL, we did speak about how Gujarat are a very top-heavy team. Like, they've invested a lot in their top 3 batters and in their front line 3-4 bowlers, and that's how it's played out this season. I was going through their stats and their scoreboard. So between the top 3, that is Sai Sudarshan Gill and Josh Butler, they've scored about 68% of their runs so far for Gujarat.
I mean, like right now, if you ask me who bats at 4, 5, 6, 7 for Gujarat, I don't know. Yeah. I genuinely do not. I cannot name that, because every match I put them on is just these 3 who are bringing them home or setting up the big totals, and they haven't even had to rely on that middle order. I don't even know if it's a weakness of theirs. I mean, it could be, but they haven't even been tested at this stage.
They've had Rutherford coming out and playing like crucial 30-40s.
Correct.
Shah Rukh Khan came and played a good innings, just one off.
Yeah.
But the thing is that the top 3 have always fired, except against SRH, where I think all 3 of them got a low score. And as soon as that happened, Ashish Nehra decided to send Washington Sundar up, who batted at number 4.
Yeah.
So the idea is very clear. What Gujarat are doing this season is bringing back the retro form of T20 cricket that we've grown up watching.
Okay.
Which is like set a base at the top, solidify your position, most importantly assess the conditions and what the pitch is doing.
Right.
Every pitch is not going to be a 200-220 kind of game, especially this season. Pitches are dry, ball we've seen started to reverse swing a bit. Conditions are not what it was last year and what everyone predicted it to be. Like, pitches are going to be roads.
Like, so people thought that it would be an evolution of the game which was there last year, right?
Year.
Which Last year, I mean, with SRH breaking the template, breaking the mold, and teams trying to go in that direction where forget about your bowling, just try to maximize the number of runs and then that'll take care of itself. So something very interesting about that is that this year's IPL, the strike rate overall in the power play is 9.47. Average.
For Gujarat or for
average across all teams, which is the highest it's ever been.
Yeah, but that's because Chennai are playing in the power play too, and they've just like
they
brought
put it down. It would have been even more, right?
Yeah, they brought it down quite a lot.
Yeah, but the overall scores is 186 is the average score of this IPL, and this might not be 100% accurate up until this point, but in let's say the first 35-40 games was 186 and last year was 184. So we're about the same in terms of the average scores when we're getting to first inning totals in IPL, but it also looks like teams have realized that attacking the power play seems to be a lot more important, right? And the more runs you can get at the top of the order, it seems like those are the teams who are doing better in this format so far, in this IPL so far.
Not necessarily, because Gujarat have not been doing that.
No, but I'm talking about in terms of the players, right? You see Sai Sudarshan and Shubman Gill, that opening partnership. You look at Punjab, who are also in the top 4 race. You have Prabh Simran Gill and Priyansh Arya. With RCB, you have Phil Salt and Virat Kohli. I mean, most of the teams towards the higher end of the table, I would say their top 3 are the ones who are getting them the most runs, rather than in the back end when you were, in previous years of IPL, you would say like, okay, 75 runs are coming in the last 5 overs. That kind of huge impact in the back. It seems like that has now shifted more towards the front and the power play, at least from my perspective.
So, I agree with you on the point that the top 3 are scoring a lot of runs and that's why teams are successful, but not necessarily attacking the power play like how we would imagine them to be. Like what SRH would have done. They tried to get 106 overs.
Yeah.
Same with what RCB would have tried to do
with Salt. It's about getting to that 50-60 and not trying to go crazy.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's what Gujarat have done very well this season is they've assessed the conditions and they're playing according to the conditions. And that is why one of the top 3 is batting through the innings. Someone or the other is getting more than 60-70 for them and it is enough.
Correct.
And we have to take into perspective that they have lost their premium strike bowler, which is Rabada.
Yes.
Like he's played only 2 matches for them, but losing a bowler like that of that caliber in a tournament like the IPL is very, very difficult. Because then teams can easily come back and say that we didn't have the strike bowler, we were not performing well for that reason.
Yeah, and I mean, it gives the other teams now someone to target, right? Yeah. Because where you would think that, these 4 overs are blocked for us, we can't hit. And now you're getting someone who's the weakest bowler of the lot. And you're like, okay, these are 4 overs I can go and try to target and hit, right? But
it's not happened with Gujarat.
Not at all. Yes.
They have Prasidh Krishna bowling really well.
Yes.
Siraj has the most dot balls in this IPL with Josh Hazlewood.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
That is actually crazy to me because his economy isn't that great.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's 8.84 actually. So just to give you some stats, Prasidh Krishna, of course, purple cap holder. 16 wickets in his games, economy of just 7.29 for a pacer in the IPL. It's astonishing, right?
Yeah.
Average Amar of 14.12. Ridiculous numbers. He's been an absolute incredible bowler so far this IPL. Siraj, I don't know how that dot ball stat exists considering he has an economy of 8.84, but that's kind of what Siraj gives you, right?
And considering how he was all these years playing for RCB, the Chinnaswamy.
Yeah.
Like you would associate him with wickets. I would never associate him with dot balls.
And that's what Siraj has always been. He's been someone who is a wicket-taking bowler in his mentality and his approach to the game. Like, I'm just going to try and take wickets. Someone else will handle the economy rate. I just don't give a shit about all of that, right? And it's great to see that. And with Prasidh Krishna, now, I don't know how to say this without sounding like I'm insulting him. I'm really not. He's not got any of the natural talent which you expect in a bowler. But by that I mean with Bhuvi, he's naturally talented at swing. With Shami, he's naturally talented with the seam which he gets, right? With Josh Hazlewood, he's naturally going to extract any extra bounce there is due to his height and his action and all of that. Prasidh Krishna doesn't really have any of that. But what he's done this tournament, which has made him so successful, and I think Ashish Nehra probably has a big role in this, is the lengths he's bowling. Very much like Josh Hazlewood, he is bowling that good length where he's challenging the batsman's technique. Are you going to come to the front foot and hit me? And you possibly can't in a lot of the pitches which we're playing on. Or do you have to stay on the back foot and hit me? And that that mixed with a few variations here and there in his pace is proving to be extremely effective, because it's not just wickets, right? His economy is 7.29. He's been doing amazing. And I also feel it's a little bit, this is more philosophical when it comes to cricket, but I also feel like nowadays in T20 especially, batsmen are so used to power hitting and putting their weight behind the ball. And when they read the length in the slot, it used to be called a full leg delivery. Now it's called the slot somewhere when we grew up, right? They're able to just put their weight in the front foot and just whack the ball. And when it's a short ball, they're able to just swing through the line with the bat speed. But when you have that length which is challenging their technique, they're not able to react the way they're supposed to. And I think that is what has really helped him this season. And like you said, he's stepped up big time for the club.
And he also has developed his slower bouncer, which
it's is so really, that variation
is variations are good, but it's interesting you brought this point up, because Ashish Nehra in a podcast had said that he keeps telling his bowlers, "Len dalo yaar, len dalo yaar."
I mean, I didn't know that, but it's such an Ashish Nehra, how he also bowled, right?
Exactly. He had those similar skill sets, and what Gujarat do really well is take care of their bowlers. It's the new Chennai, I would say, because look at the bowlers that they've resurrected, right? Mohit Sharma, he was nowhere in his career. He was a net bowler for Gujarat. He came back purple cap holder. Right. They've got someone like Prashit Krishna. The Ishan Sharma is bowling so well for them. So they really take care of their bowlers who have something. They sort of squeeze that last bit of juice out of them. And even Sai Kishore has been bowling really well. But Rashid Khan has still not even come to the party.
That's the scary thing, right? Because he's not really looked like the Rashid of old, but you never know, right? When he's the guy who one match when it all clicks together, he gets 3 wickets and the team is done. You can't. So
that I would say is the last piece in the puzzle for Gujarat. But if they get that sorted, then they look like a very, very strong team. Right now they're pretty formidable, but if Rashid Khan comes and starts picking up wickets and controlling the middle, then that bowling attack especially looks like it can defend anything.
So let's move on to a spinner who has been performing incredibly well. I'm Kuldeep Yadav. Now he's been absolutely incredible this tournament. He's not in the purple cap category, but the way he's been bowling, 12 wickets so far, economy Amar of 6.5.
Yeah, he's been great.
Now that the Firozshah Kotla is, the pitch itself has changed. It's no longer the crazy, insane batting paradise where a 220 to 240 seems to be normal. It's a little bit on the slower side, a little bit more difficult to play. But for spinners, it's always going to be a challenging place to bowl, purely because of the dimensions of the ground. It's tiny. It's absolutely tiny. And that short boundary is something which I can clear on a good day.
But how many matches have they played at the Kotla? Because their first 2-3 games were, their home ground was the...
I can check. I think they have
Vishakhapatnam was their home ground for the first 3 games. And then I think they came to Kotla and the first match was when Karun Nair played his first match. So not that
Which was... so they played 3 matches at the Kotla so far.
Okay.
So... But the way he's been able to carry on that form which he's been showing for the Indian team is great. And I think he's probably been one of the premier spinners in this tournament. What do you think of the way he and the team has been performing so far?
Very good, because if Kuldeep is not picking up wickets, he's also not giving away runs, which was a very prominent trait in the previous IPLs, where if Kuldeep is not picking up wickets, he's actually going for a lot of runs.
Yeah, he's very he looked like a confidence kind of player, right? That he just, even he has a bad day, he has a really bad day.
Yeah. But now he's gotten a lot more control on his pace. It's difficult to play leg spin that is coming so quickly at you with those variations. You don't know where the ball is turning. And I remember this one wicket very distinctly. I think it was Ryan Rinkleton for Mumbai against Kuldeep Yadav, and Rinkleton was batting well, and he's gotten him bowled, and Rinkleton just could not understand where the ball was bowled, and just completely played the wrong line. So that's something that Kuldeep can bring, but in combination with Akshar Patel, I think it becomes a lot more potent. Yeah. Because Akshar, whatever happens, is going to hold one end strong.
Yeah.
And then you have Kuldeep coming in and choking the opposition and picking up wickets at the other end. And I forget who the third... it's either Mukesh Kumar, who bowls for Delhi, or Mohit Sharma, who bowls for Delhi through the middle. Mm-hmm. So they have a very good partnership in bowling, I would say. Like, if you put all these 3 individually, they might not have great seasons individually, but
I mean, that's how you win tournaments.
Yeah, right? In partnership, in tandem, they're bowling really well and getting the job done. And then it also helps when you have someone like Mitch Starc who's going to open and close the bowling for you.
I mean, we'll talk a little bit about how important Mitch Stark is, because the moment he's left to KKR, it looks like it's all fallen apart over there, right?
Yeah.
KKR looks like nowhere like the team which they used to be. But with Delhi, do you think this team has it in them to actually go on and win an IPL? Because there's been a lot of conversation about this. RCB tends to be the team which people mostly talk about when they talk about not winning a trophy, right? But the very interesting dynamic is that there are 3 teams now who have not won a trophy, who are looking very strong, Delhi being one of them. And I don't think people talk about that situation with Delhi enough.
Yeah, because their fan base is nowhere close to what RCB is.
Yeah.
I mean, that you have to...
But as an analyst right now, what do you think? Like, do you think they have it in them to be a team which can win the entire IPL?
I don't know why this is such a conversation in the IPL, because IPL is like a roulette. Players keep changing. So you can't associate something like one tag with one team. I don't think it works the same as, you know, what we say for Tottenham in the Premier League.
No,
like
that's fine, but also it's to do with like teams who have retained a core of players, right?
But
like that is successful for a long time. Delhi have not had that.
Delhi have IPL winners and World Cup winners playing for them in that team.
Yeah,
they have core players. Like you take KL Rahul.
Yeah.
KL Rahul has just won the Champions Trophy, right?
And I mean,
you take Faf du Plessis, who's won the IPL
Yeah.
a couple of times with Chennai. Stark has won the World Cup. He won the IPL last time. So there are players in this core group who know how to win. And if it comes to that final stretch, then it is these kind of players who are going to come up with their leadership and try to pull the team through.
Right. I mean, you mentioned KL Rahul, so he has recently become the quickest to 5,000 runs in IPL. He did that in just 130 innings. Incredible season so far. He missed, I think, the first 2-3 games. Still at 323 runs at an average of 64, striking at above 150. Just incredible numbers, and what a redemption story this is, man. I live for stories like this in sports.
And I think KL Rahul's redemption story felt very personal to everyone, like to just the general public and the
after seeing what happened last season with the owner of
just
Lucknow.
Tell our viewers just in context.
I mean,
you would know, but
the thing is, okay, in any sport, right? You have the coaches, you have the players who are experts in their field. Owners are not experts. We are posing as experts, but we don't know what it's like to be out there in the field and in these pressure situations coming up with the big moments, right? So when a player or a team loses a match, they are the only ones who know what they go through. Honestly, we do not know what they go through. So last season, when Lucknow lost a match, the owner, his name is Sanjeev Goenka?
Yeah.
Or Rajiv? I think
Sanjeev
Goenka, came out and out there in the open, on the pitch, in front of cameras, kind of berated KL Rahul. In front of everyone, had an argument with him after a loss. And that to me is just absolutely unacceptable. I will even take it if, let's say there was another captain at that particular point of time who was saying something to KL Rahul. Let's say the coach was someone who was saying something to KL Rahul. I still believe it should be behind closed doors, but that I understand. For the owner who has not played a single ball of professional cricket to do that, to someone like KL Rahul, who, whether you like him or not, is a seasoned international player, is horrible, right? It's absolutely horrible. And I love the fact that he's been able to bounce back from that moment.
Yeah, and I love
showing it in the IPL, showing it to all of this, naysayers and doubters.
I don't know if you saw it, but when they played Lucknow recently, he hit the winning runs. And when Goenka went to shake his hand and talk to him, he just walked away. I mean, KL has had a brilliant season. He's in the top for everything that Delhi have done. I think most fours, most sixes, high strike rate, highest runs, whatever. He's been doing very, very well. I'm happy that he's doing well. And this Delhi team looks good. Now Faf is coming back into the picture. He was injured. Maybe they've not sorted out their top 2 yet. They've tried a lot of combinations.
Yeah, they have.
Right now it's Porel and Karun Nair. Faf definitely walks into that opening pair.
Yeah.
And if he gets going, then this Delhi team looking like they might just go and win the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I have to talk about that one Mitch Stark over against I think it was Rajasthan. So Rajasthan needed 28 in 3 overs, plenty of wickets in hand. Stark comes and bowls a clutch over.
Incredible, yeah.
Then 9 runs needed from the last one. He defends 9 runs. Not a single boundary conceded. Brilliant
display of reverse
accuracy. Yeah, reverse swinging. It was reverse swinging, but man, whatever you do in cricket, however the game evolves, you cannot take away the Yorker.
No, man. There's nothing you can do to neutralize that. I mean, you can do the lap and all of that, but that's also like guesswork 50-50 at best, right? It's impossible to... When some guy is bowling that fast and that accurately at your toes, you're not going to be able to squeeze that away.
Yeah, and he bowled the super also over also really well, and it just gave me so much happiness that finally bowlers are having the ability to pull back games on their own. Because we've not been seeing that in cricket in recent times, right? Now bowlers, I was saying, that is why you spend 12 crores on a Stark, 12 crores on a Hazlewood. It's for moments like these.
Hazlewood, do we start talking about our team, Amar?
I mean, I think if I can go one entire episode just talking about Hazlewood.
I mean,
I seriously can.
Talking about pulling teams out of the death, man. His performances are too good. Now, Amar, you've gone for all home games so far this season. I went with Amar for one of the home games, which was a very sad match. The match against Punjab.
We almost broke the record for lowest score.
Lowest score. Tim David basically saved us. But why I'm bringing that up is even that match until 4 overs to go seemed like we could win it because of Hazlewood. Like even defending 96 in 14 overs or around that, I don't know the exact score. I don't want to forget what I saw in that first innings. But even that was like something which he almost pulled out of the bag, right? When he got Hazlewood and I think Josh English in the same over. The very next game, what was it? How many runs did they need in the last
18 runs in the last 2 overs.
18 runs correct. 18 runs in the last 2 overs. Coming off an over where Bhuvneshwar Kumar of all people has conceded 22 runs. We thought the match is gone. To give 1 run away in the penultimate over? Absolutely outstanding, man. And what a season he's had so far. Level with Prasidh Krishna for the purple cap again as we record with 16 wickets. It's a joy, Amar. It's just an absolute joy to see bowling of that caliber, bringing your team back in the game. It's just too much fun.
Especially when it's fast bowling, and as RCB fans, we're not used to wins like this. Because in these same situations, like what happened against Mumbai, when we beat them, that's a match that we would have just easily given away. Same thing with Rajasthan. We would have just easily given away that match. In fact, they would have probably won it with like 8 balls to spare.
Like, okay, so I don't remember which year this is. This is a very core memory of mine when I was younger. So this must be like 10, 12 seasons ago maybe. There was this match I was watching at the Chinnaswamy where it was against Rajasthan, where Rajasthan needed 51 runs from the last 3 overs. And I don't remember who were our 2 bowlers. One of them I think was Varun Aaron. I think so. They won that match with 7 balls to spare.
Was it that James Faulkner?
James Faulkner. It was the James Faulkner match. So coming from there to seeing us defend 18 of the last 2 is just like, I'm getting whiplash from like how we are able to change our fortunes.
No, he's been really good. And why I respect Hazlewood so much is because maybe 2-3 years ago, he was nowhere in the white ball picture. He was a specialist red ball bowler, and you have to give credit to MSD and that Chennai coaching team because they had him for a couple of years. And what they've told him is basically that you don't need to be a Malinga kind of bowler where you're getting your Yorkers right bang on. You don't need to be, let's just say, a bowler with a particular skill. You don't need to hone that skill if you don't have it. You bowl your best ball again and again and see what that best ball is doing for you. So it's that hard length that Hazlewood bowls.
Absolutely.
And with that height, with that bounce, it's difficult to play him.
It causes problems. Because every pitch will change what length the batsman is playing at, right? It's very difficult because when a tall guy comes and bowls at that length, it's either you're expecting to be up on the back foot, and if it doesn't carry that much, then you're on the front foot. It just causes so much confusion, right?
He splices the bat a lot.
Exactly, because their weight is not distributed properly when they're taking a shot because they haven't had time to get set and put their footwork where it needs to be to hit him.
Correct.
And that's what is so difficult about Josh Hazlewood.
But just to add to that point, what he's also learned very well is the sequencing of balls. When to bowl what ball. So it's like 2 length balls, then I'm going to put in a Yorker, then I'm going to bowl a slow ball, then again.
And that's all he has. Like those are his 3 balls. He does not have anything else. He's not bowling cutters. He's not trying to swing the ball in and trying to get people LBW. It's very, very simple and very effective.
And he's planned it to the T. Like, this is what I'm going to do. And I remember one interview with Ashwin where he bowled that final over in the Champions Trophy in 2013 and he won the game for India. So T20 he's bowled the final over, and then Dhoni comes up to him and says, I'm disappointed in you because you didn't bowl your best ball, which is your carom ball. Like, you need to take a risk and bowl your best ball. And I'm sure that is something that they've told Hazlewood time and time again, and that is how he's become into this white ball beast, because his best ball is very, very difficult to hit, as we said. And now he's added those couple of things here and there that makes him an all-round T20 bowler.
It does, yeah.
But I also have to give credit to Patidar's captaincy in these scenarios. He's gotten Hazlewood at the perfect timings in the match.
He does. I think one thing which is very obvious is that he's not scared to use Bhuvi and Hazlewood and his better bowlers in overs 17, 18, 19. And he's like, oh, if we have a spinner left for the final over, it's okay.
He's done that for one match.
He's done that with Krunal Pandya won the match.
But you could not bowl Krunal Pandya against Hardik Pandya that time. There was no other option. That is the only way we were going to win the game.
So let's talk about Krunal Pandya, right? Because he has been RCB's second leading wicket taker and been absolutely clutch in his performances. You know, RCB has not won when he doesn't take a wicket.
Oh yeah.
When he takes a wicket, we have won all the matches he's taken a wicket in. So that shows that how important he is as a partnership breaker for RCB. Because RCB has been doing very well in the power play. But I don't think, apart from Hazlewood, anyone else is really in the wickets. Yash Dayal has not been contributing with wickets. Bhuvi's kept it tight, but not really contributing with wickets. So that puts a lot of pressure then on Krunal Pandya and Suyash Sharma. Now, we'll talk about Suyash Sharma. I know you have strong thoughts on him. But Krunal Pandya has been that key wicket taker for us to break up the momentum of the innings whenever he comes into play. He's been given the ball in the power play sometimes. He's been given the ball first change sometimes out of the power play, meaning the 7th over. And he's bowled the final over in a clutch game as well for us, right? So the versatility and the ability of Rajat Patidar to trust him in these very difficult situations is proving to be such an asset for RCB this season.
Yeah, he's bowled very well. He's bowled difficult overs also, which you have to take into account. One thing is, I don't think he's cracked how to bowl on the Chinnaswamy pitch yet.
Yeah.
With his length, it's a little too short. And in the first game, I think he got only 1 over. Second game, he got only 2 overs.
I mean, like I said, when he doesn't pick up a wicket, we don't win. And we've lost most of our games at Chinnaswamy.
But against Rajasthan, he came back and changed the course of the game.
I mean, without him, we would have got not only lost, we would have got thrashed.
He completely changed the momentum for RCB. It's good that we've not seen much of his batting. I honestly don't want to see a lot of his batting. But coming back to Patidar and his bowling changes, from what I have seen in the stadium is that maybe he's not the best at his field setting, especially with the angles of the players, and that's something maybe Jitesh Sharma needs to take up a little more proactively.
Kohli is the one who's always
Kohli is the one who's trying to set the field more often than not, and Patidar is almost playing second fiddle to that, which is completely fine. But when it comes to bowling changes, I think Patidar has been on point. It's not only when we are defending, when we are bowling first as well, we've seen him bring back Hazlewood.
He's very attacking. He's very, very attacking. He's always looking for wickets, man. I really enjoy that as a captain.
So, and that's worked well for RCB. I mean, it's good that the limelight is away from a Virat Kohli captain, you know.
What about Virat Kohli, the batsman, though? I mean,
amazing, dude.
How can you... A 500-run Virat Kohli IPL season is almost being taken for granted at this point.
He's inevitable.
He's that good, man. And he's been doing it at an average of 65 at a strike rate of 144, dude.
I never understood Kohli criticism in T20. Like, I've never understood it, because either you're going to get an Abhishek Sharma type of player who's going to hit 250 or striking at 250 is going to get you a century once in 20 games. For those other 19 games, he's not going to do that. Here you have a player with some incredible consistency that he's shown for 17, 18 years. At different batting positions. He's batted at number 4, he's batted at number 3 most of his career. Now he's opening there also, he's able to perform. He basically does what the team wants him to do, and he does what the situation asks him to do.
I mean, no one calculates what the situation is better than Virat Kohli, right? I mean, we all know, especially in a run chase, that's like another level only.
Yeah.
Like, if the run rate required is, let's say, anywhere under 9 runs per over and Virat Kohli is at the crease, we're not even worried as RCB fans. Like, genuinely. Like, it's just cruise control.
Yeah.
And the amount of confidence and direction that's giving someone like a Devdutt Padikkal, who's coming in and forming these incredible partnerships with Kohli. And Kohli, at every single point, whenever there's a shot which is played, he's encouraging. He's like, yes, go for it. He's cheering his teammate on. When he's taking a single also, he's telling him that, no, I wanted to run 2 next time.
Yeah.
He's so involved in a batting partnership, right? And coaching his partner through an innings. I think that has had a huge effect on.
But he's always been like that.
He's always been.
You watch an India or South Africa test in like 2014, Ashwin is batting opposite him, and like when Ashwin is batting well, also he's going and like sledging the bowlers.
But I'm putting it in the context of people all are saying that, oh, Padikkal didn't perform for RR, he didn't perform for this team, he only performs for RCB. Like, see the context also.
Yeah.
Even in this season, he scored most of his runs when Kohli's at the other end of the crease, right? So Kohli himself amazing, Padikkal also amazing.
And I don't care if like Kohli is hitting a 50 on 40 balls at a strike rate of 130 when we're chasing a game and we win that game.
And if you win the game, that's all that matters.
It doesn't really matter because
that's his job.
Yeah.
That's all he's there for.
See the way the teams have been chasing right now, like Rajasthan, the last 3 games that they lost. They should have won all 3 of them. They're just not able to close chases.
Yeah.
And it's so important to calculate how you're going to play each phase of the game, which I don't think anyone does better than Kohli.
No, absolutely not.
But one thing with RCB is that I don't think they've managed to get their balance right still. They don't know who that fourth.
That's a very critical position, I think, because
and we've seen batting collapses from them, like the old RCB.
Exactly.
It's kind of scary.
It is. I think this issue goes back to last season also with Green, right? Because you didn't know. You couldn't trust him, right? He would come in and he would waste too many balls when you're trying to get him to stabilize the innings. Livingston came and did the same thing, never looked confident. So I actually think Bethel is going to play. He's going to play sooner rather than later because you're not really getting what's the name? Shepherd.
Yeah.
No? You're not getting enough overs from Shepherd to justify an entire place in the team for him, right? So
especially as a foreigner place, definitely not. Maybe they go back to Livingston or they get Bethel in.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next team, Amar, on the table right now, which is Punjab. It's really hard to look past Priyansh Arya, man. I mean,
too good.
You mentioned Priyansh Arya in our preview episode as someone to look out for.
Yeah.
I don't think even you expected him to score the second fastest IPL century by an Indian after Yusuf Pathan, which was like 2010, I think, long back. 39 ball century against CSK. Man, what an absolute incredible find this guy looks
superstar.
To
be. And when in the auctions, RCB were going hard for him, and we in fact went up to like 2.5 crores for him, and I was very excited because I thought we were going to get him at that price.
Yeah.
He's a great player in the making from Delhi. And that game against Chennai where he hit that 100, wickets are just falling left, right and centre, man. Like everyone are getting out at scores of 0,
and he's not
2,
stopping at all.
He does not care. He's just going for it and he's clearing again and again. Someone had dropped his catch. I forget who.
I don't remember.
Yeah, someone had dropped his catch in that match when he was like 30-40 runs. But man, take nothing away from that innings. It was just a joy to watch. Punjab have been a hot and cold team. They've been playing really well in some matches and really badly in other matches. One great game was that KKR game, 110. They managed to defend. I mean, I don't know how.
What an incredible match that was.
They were 55 for 2 in 6 overs, KKR. They needed 55 runs more to win in 14 overs and they managed to lose their way from there. So it's great that Punjab managed to defend that, but as a team overall, even these guys have not found even one of their 4 foreigners, I don't think, has a confirmed place. Okay, maybe Janssen. But then you're playing Stoinis, Maxwell.
I think Bartlett has bowled decently in the last few games too. Yeah, but he's not like a first name on team sheet kind of guy.
He wasn't, and he's come back. He's come into the team now.
Yeah.
Inglis has played a few games.
Maxwell has been horrible as usual.
Yeah, so they've really struggled to get their 4 overseas combinations right. And I think the deeper you go in the tournament, you need 1 or 2 of those clutch guys, the clutch genes, to come in to win you important games.
True.
Especially when the table is looking like this.
Yeah.
So Punjab have blown hot and cold. It's like 2 wins, 1 loss.
Yeah.
1 win, 2 losses.
Yeah.
It's like that.
one thing, Amar, which, I mean, when we previewed Punjab, we were a little bit concerned of their bowling, right? We said that their bowling really didn't have firepower and it lacked a punch, I should say. But they've actually turned out to be a pretty decent unit when they're bowling together. They are hot and cold, but Arshdeep, incredible. He is one of, if not the most consistent T20 fast bowler India has. Bumrah is not really playing T20 that much apart from the major tournaments. Siraj, yeah, he's inconsistent to say the least. But I'm really, really happy with the way Arshdeep has reached his potential, and he's really become a star in this IPL format. So he's been playing really well. Marco Jansen is bowling so much better than I gave him credit for. I thought he would be like a okayish kind of a bowler. He's good at slogging, but he's been taking up wickets at very crucial times for Punjab. Yuzvendra Chahal didn't start the season off so great, but it looks like he's improving.
Yeah,
as
that
the
one match
tournament is
against
going
KKR, like he was the reason for the turnaround.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. So I think, yeah, their bowling has performed a lot better than expected. And of course, with the top three Indian trio, which they have of Priyansharya, Prabhsibnan and Captain, who, again, one of those, not exactly a redemption story. Actually, it is a redemption story, man. He didn't get a BCCI contract. He got chucked out by the team who he won a trophy with, who essentially said that we can win without you. And now he's come over to Punjab and he's doing great, man.
He's a really good captain.
Shreyas Iyer, by the way, we're talking
He's a very attacking captain, very aggressive captain, and he shows it with the bat as well. Like, his batting and his captaincy are the same. So it's like he's setting an example for the team and what he expects the team to do. And he is the kind of player who can kill the game if he wants to single-handedly.
Yeah.
So he's shown that in a couple of matches as well. But I don't know about Punjab's top 4 qualification chances yet. Because they're in this mid-table scruffle. I mean, anyone can get out, anyone can get in at this point. I'm not saying that they're surely out.
Yeah.
But they definitely need to sort out a lot of things before they head into the back end of the tournament. Especially with their foreign places. Like, they need Maxwell to fire for sure. Like, that guy cannot sleepwalk through an entire season again.
Yeah. I mean, especially let's talk about Mumbai now. With Mumbai just behind them. Mumbai-Lucknow match going on. Mumbai's got a good total, looks like. But with Mumbai hitting fire, the teams which are just above them are feeling the heat, right?
But this is so Mumbai, dude. Like, I won't even be surprised if they finish in the top 2, because that's exactly how they play. At the start of the IPL, they always look a mess. They always look like the internal fights going on and whatever.
And they either pull it together in the season or
they completely fall apart. They pull it together. Once they pull it together, they look like a very strong team. I mean, on paper, they are the best team, right?
Let me just, I'm looking for the matches which Mumbai have left. So they're playing Lucknow today. After that, and this is very crucial, right? They're playing Rajasthan, which is one match. Then they're playing Gujarat. Then they're playing Punjab. And then they're playing Delhi.
Yeah.
So
that's top 2.
Yeah. So very dangerously, they are playing their direct competition.
Yeah.
And if you're one of those 3 teams, you have to be scared.
Yeah.
Because they are hitting, again, form at exactly the wrong time. They've got 4 wins in a row now.
Yeah.
Lucknow, again, that could be 5 in a row. It's a very scary team. And I said this when we previewed IPL as well, that you look at that, you go through that Mumbai team sheet. If everyone performs the way they're supposed to, just on reputation alone, it's not even a fair tournament.
Yeah.
It's honestly not even close to being a fair tournament. Yeah. Like, Bumrah at his peak is a person who will win you games in just 4 overs.
Yeah.
Right? Then Santner, I believe, is one of the best spinners. Definitely maybe top 2. Apart from Zampa, I think he's the best foreign spinner in Indian conditions.
Rashid.
But Rashid hasn't fired in a long time. But okay, yeah, fine. Top 3, let's just say, right? You have Rohit Sharma, who, when you give Sergi a flat wicket, a flat highway track, he will belt. Right? Like, he has his problem. He has a lot of technical problems. Ball swings, he doesn't know what to do. I get it, okay? You give him a highway, that man can do so much damage.
What I love the most about Rohit Sharma this season is the way, like, he's not even sitting in the dugout. Okay? He's sitting on like one King's throne chair in the top of the dressing room, and he's like doing actions like this as though someone from the field is going to look at him and like respond to whatever suggestion he's giving.
Dude, he has embraced this impact sub rule like no one else. Normally, other impact subs, they want to stay in the game. They're out there in the field, they're patrolling, they're talking to other players, they're fetching water here and there. Rohit Sharma's like,
I think he was the happiest, like because when the impact sub rule came out is when he gave up captaincy. So his conspiracy theory is that he's like, nah, if I don't have to stay on the field, I won't.
Then I won't. It's working out for him, man. He's part of this resurgence which Mumbai has got. Going through Hardik Pandya, one of the finest all-rounders in the world.
We can talk about these names, whatever, but I want to talk about what Mumbai do really well, right? Which is their scouting. Because every 2-3 years they come up with these superstars who you've never heard of them, and then within the next 2 years they're definitely in the Indian team or they're going for the big bucks in the IPL. We saw that again this season with Vignesh Puttur. I mean, that guy has come out from nowhere. When I was reading off his story, he has not played a single club level game for Kerala. Not even one competitive
that is
game.
Insane.
How have they found him? I have no clue.
That's insane, man.
They have found him. They've picked him up and they've sent him where? Straight to South Africa. Why? Because Mumbai have the Cape Town team. And Rashid Khan plays for them. So go learn from Rashid Khan. Get your tutelage for 2.5 months. Learn from Rashid Khan. Come back and play in the IPL. First game comes in, picks up 3 wickets. So I was going on this deep dive of what Mumbai do. And basically once they sign a player, right? On your contract, whenever you want, no matter what month it is, whether the IPL is going on or not, you want to come down and practice your game, they will fly you from wherever you are in the world, get you to Mumbai, pay for your stay for however long, pay for your training, get you specific coaches for specific things that you want to do, get you the best equipment. Balls are quite expensive, dude. Like, you have good new balls cost about 15,000-20,000 bucks, right?
Really?
Yeah, Kookaburra balls.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So, scam, dude.
Yeah. So they'll get you all of that. You can stay for however long, you can practice however long you want, and you can go back as long as you're doing it for your game. It's fine. And this is what they do. They empower players to come out and play that the way they're playing now.
That's actually incredible, man. Before we move on to the next team, there's one last thing, and the two of us have been saying this for many, many years now. He does not perform in the big international tournaments, but when it comes to IPL and it comes to bilateral T20 series, Surya Kumar Yadav is the best T20 batsman in the world.
Yeah, against Zimbabwe maybe, dude.
No. In any bilateral series, Amar, like even Australia recently, he has just continued from strength to strength in this IPL format as well, in this IPL tournament as well. The shots he plays...
that is unmatched.
The only person I can even slightly compare it to, and this is the biggest compliment I can give someone, is ABD. Right? With him in form and again challenging for the orange cap in this season, it just makes such a big difference to any team who's trying to face him, because you cannot contain him.
Once he gets going, it's done for you.
It's absolutely done.
And he can not only win you games single-handedly, he can just put you, like, it won't even be a fight.
Yeah.
You know, in close situations, one guy comes and takes the game away from you. Here, if he gets going, it's not even going to get close.
Like his lowest score, I might be wrong about this, but I think his lowest score in this entire tournament is like 26 or something.
Yeah, so he's batted well.
He's getting those minimum amount of runs, and you know that if he bats for any long amount of time, he is going to just win games for you.
Yeah, and also what Mumbai have done like quite smartly is they've fixed that batting order issue that they had.
Man, they were I don't know why around too much.
Surya Kumar coming at number 4, Tilak Verma sometimes coming at 3, sometimes coming at 6, whatever. But now they've said no. Surya Kumar is our best player.
Then give him as many balls.
If he wants to bat number 3, just let him bat number 3. They will figure out the team around that. And it's worked for them.
It's clearly worked for them, right? I do also want to talk, before we talk about Lucknow, who is probably the only other team which is in contention. I want to go a little bit more further down the table and talk about a team whose batting we thought was going to be the scariest in world cricket.
They've capitulated.
Completely capitulated. We're talking about Sunrisers Hyderabad. Oh man, what has happened to them?
I'll tell you what has happened is that they've written down what they think should happen, right? Which is 240 in every game, no matter what. And that is their plan A. Then they've gone for games and they've lost early wickets. So when the coaches are sitting together, trying to navigate through the match, they're like, okay, what's next? No. Plan A is plan A. There is no plan B, there is no plan C.
Does this remind you of any international team which has recently been horrible in white ball cricket?
Yeah.
The English national team has been having the same problem where they have just one gear and they're not able to adapt to the situations around them. And I feel like SRH fall very much in that same category.
They're like, we'll play one way, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But now I think at the end of the season, they're going to have to assess. They'll have to
They
see
have to
where
do something about
where
this.
they've gone wrong, because it's just been very easy for teams. You brought this up in the last episode where you said that if you get early wickets, that's the only way you can tackle SRH.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be the easiest way to just get through the entire team.
Because the way you can look at it as them being extremely dangerous, but you cannot be dangerous without giving opportunities to the opposition team almost every ball.
Yeah.
And it's fallen almost completely over to this side where, okay, if you're giving them opportunities in the first 6 overs, out of 36 balls, 20 balls are like wicket taking deliveries because you're just trying to swing your bat, you will lose 2-3 wickets, dude.
Yeah.
Like you have to.
They've not been a fun team to watch this IPL, man. They start off and it's suddenly like 25 for 4. Apart from that one crazy game they had against Punjab. I think
was it Punjab
or
they
chased
Rajasthan?
Down 240.
Oh, okay.
240 plus I think Abhishek Sharma went nuts,
berserk.
in that match.
Can I talk a little bit about Abhishek Sharma?
Yeah.
Because I'm scared for him. I don't think he's as talented as what everyone has been told. I genuinely think we have produced another flat track bully.
That's fine. T20 is a format that is built like that now, so you can't really run away from it. You also can't ignore a player like Abhishek Sharma in the international format.
But my point is, in a talent pool like India, like, okay, let's just take Yashasvi Jaiswal, who can maybe not be as dangerous as Abhishek Sharma, but he can strike at 180 any day he wants, right? But he can also adapt to the situation and play tougher innings. Someone like Abhishek Sharma does not deserve a spot in the team over someone like...
You're talking about the Indian team?
I'm talking about the Indian team. And in general, I feel like it's important for him to not just pigeonhole himself as, oh, I'm just this destructive batsman and nothing else. Because then you end up being a person who can't adapt. If you're going to South Africa and trying to play the way you're playing, you're not even playing like that in India, dude. You're not able to get those runs in India. You want to be that player who's going to be like Glenn Maxwell, who will hit once in a blue moon, and when he hits, he'll be like, okay, highlight reels, one of the best ever of all time. That is fine. If you want to be that player, then I don't think that's the full potential which we were sold on Abhishek Sharma. That's all I'm saying.
It's too early to judge that, and it just completely depends on the way BCCI and the Indian coaching think tank.
I hope so, man.
Want to go ahead and.
I hope they develop him the right way, because it's sad seeing someone of this talent just play like this, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about teams that have capitulated, can we just spend like the rest of this episode talking about Chennai and really like shitting on them? Where are those fans? Those Twitter fans, you keyboard warriors. Can you please come out now?
They'll come out. They'll say, how much? 5 they've won, no? 5 trophies. That's all they say, dude. That is all they say.
Yeah.
Man, I've not seen a more disastrous season than this.
It's been horrible.
Horrible cricket. Absolutely horrible cricket. And where does it start? Who's accountable?
The problems are there everywhere, dude. If you're talking about the current captain or the former captain, I don't know. I would say it's the former captain, which is Gaikwad.
Okay.
The temporary captain, as we call him. Plastic captain.
Yeah.
But what Gaikwad, the biggest mistake that he made this season was he didn't define a role for himself. Like, you are an opening batsman, dude. You've played all your CSK career coming.
What a season he had last year.
Yeah, why are you coming at number 3? Like, what is the reason? That's like saying, it's showing the team that you're not confident.
Yeah.
And Conway and Gaikwad have had such a good partnership for Chennai over the years. Both of them are not opening. They've sent Rahul Tripathi opening. This was like one of those freak genius moves that it doesn't work in cricket like that, man. Like, he kept saying that I want to come at number 3 to control the innings. Like, what are you controlling?
What are you controlling, man?
Yeah.
Like, if you, like, early on in the episode, I was talking about how the run rates in the power play is the highest they've ever been, because teams know that is how you play winning cricket these days. You come at number 3 or number 4 whenever you come, and you've not scored the runs up front, you're already behind.
Yeah.
You're already behind the game. What are you going to do?
Yeah, they were just playing catch up almost all through all of their games in the IPL this year.
While playing catch up, they make more mistakes, right? And that leads to collapses.
Yeah.
And I mean,
they got a sympathy game up front, dude, against Mumbai, because Mumbai always lose their first game. So if they were playing against any other team, they would have not won that match also.
Yeah.
They would have just had one win in the entire season.
It's really damn, and Mr. Mahendra Singh Dhoni, decide where you're batting. You are the senior statesman of this team. You are the experienced man in this team. You are one of the greatest finishers of all time. If you are in the team, let's not talk about your age or whatever. You are in the team to perform, to play a role for the team. You cannot bat at number 9, my guy. You cannot, under any circumstance, you cannot have a wicket-keeping batsman batting below Ravi Ashwin in a T20 game.
Yeah, that happened against RCB only, right? Like,
was it RCB?
Yeah, Ashwin came out before
I think
Dhoni,
so. I don't remember. It was one of the games, and I saw that, and I don't like CSK, of course, but that pissed me off as a cricket fan.
Yeah.
Like, this is just nonsense at this point, man. Like, for one guy to try and, like, fit him into this, his keeping's great, amazing, dude. I wish we were playing in the 1960s where people used to come and play just for their keeping. It's not the case anymore. Yeah. It's a circus or what? Like,
no,
actually,
they have treated it that way, and I said in our earlier episode also, like, a lot of this Chennai team's balance depends on where Dhoni bats.
Yeah.
Because if he's going to bat lower down the order, they'll have to try and accommodate that, which they were not able to do very well last season.
Of course they can't, yeah.
And this season, though, there's no chance only because their top order is also not firing.
Yeah.
And it's become almost ridiculous. Are you for the tantrum of one? Okay, yeah, he's a legend for sure. We are not going to take that away from him.
There are so many legends in the game who have come and they've gone.
Yeah,
but they've gone when they had to.
Just knowing that, like, take best point in case would be DK, right?
Oh yeah.
Like, he just knew that it's over.
It's
getting to that phase now where people are going to start questioning when.
Yeah.
And he took a call and, like, hung his boots.
Dude, even Sachin didn't play this long.
Yeah,
man.
dude. Even Sachin realized that this game is moving away too quickly from him.
Bro, there are lots of these retired players leagues which keep coming. You will get the same packed stands with yellow jerseys and whistle and all. You will get, bro. Like, I don't know. It just annoys me, man.
But I mean, this could be conjecture here, but maybe, like, the team is asking him to play, or IPL is asking him to play for the amount of money and marketing that they can pull in.
I don't
can
know.
Never say. Can never say.
At the end of the day, it's his decision.
Yeah.
He has enough money. He has enough influence in the game to say no.
Yeah.
He can choose his terms of retirement.
Talking about shady things that have happened.
Let's go. Yes.
This IPL has had a lot of those shady moments.
Okay. Are you talking about match fixing, Amar?
I'm not talking about match fixing in the sense that the results are fixed, but I'm just talking about things that are quite shady. The first case in point is Rajasthan Royals, who has come and touched Riyan Parag's feet. Like, who was that? That cannot be true, dude.
Riyan Parag has paid someone for that. Yeah, I agree.
100% he's paid someone like 10k for that.
Dude, 100%. If I am like a human being who's in the stadium and I've run on, and that will give me either a very heavy fine or I'll be put in jail for like a week, because I don't know what happened to that guy, okay? I know I am paying a price for this, like an extra price for this, okay? I am not spending that extra price on touching this guy's feet, bro. I am not doing that. I completely agree with you. That's a scam, bro.
I again went down a rabbit hole. And you know why Rajasthan games are played in Guwahati?
Why, bro?
This has been happening for a while, right? I never understood. So apparently, a minority stake of Rajasthan Royals is owned by a very prominent politician in Guwahati, like an MLA.
Okay.
Or one of the ministers, like one of the top ministers.
Okay.
Who happens to be Riyan Parag's uncle. So... There are matches in Guwahati that happen because of this guy.
If you point me in the direction of this, Amar, I will find something by next episode.
Yeah, okay. This is the homework for Akshay.
I am going to find, I swear I'll find something by next episode about this.
Which is why Riyan Parag is also getting a lot of
captaincy.
Like he's getting the captaincy. And,
no, I mean, that makes sense.
He got the retention.
Yeah.
All of that happened.
Like, see, he's also...
He got someone to touch his feet. But again, moving on to Rajasthan and like shady things, the last 3 games that they've played and the way that they've chased totals down, it's astonishing. I mean, at this level of cricket.
Yeah, I mean, taking the conspiracy theory hat aside, it's poor batting.
Yeah.
It's just very poor the way, I'm talking specifically about RCB, but you're right, in all of those games,
Delhi also.
they're games which they should have won comfortably.
Quite easily.
Yeah.
And the last thing is that that bizarre Ishan Kishan dismissal, dude. Like, what is happening over there?
That is really shady.
Yeah.
That is really shady. I've never seen that. The umpire also is like, bro, it's wide. Why are you walking? And then that guy walks. He was like this, and then he did this. Like he couldn't even give it out.
No, I thought it was the other way. Like I thought as soon as that happened, the umpire just did this, and then he's like, why aren't you guys appealing?
No, it wasn't that. He was going to give a wide, and he saw this guy start walking, and the umpire was confused. So he went like this, and then he put his hand in the air like this. He didn't give an out, like a confident out. He's like this, like, is this really happening?
No.
And then the appeals came, and then he could give it out. But till then, he was confused why that guy is walking away.
I just thought that that was the ball that he was supposed to give it out, and the bowlers were not appealing, so he could not raise his finger.
Yeah, that part is true.
Yeah.
But he was not going to give it out.
He was going to give it out.
He was not. Because Ishan Kishan started walking, then only he gave it out.
I don't know about that, but whatever, that whole episode, like...
This much gap was there, bro.
Dude,
huge gap was there.
Okay, if the ball touches the bat, you are going to get to know, bro. Like, almost everyone instantaneously take a review when they're given out.
100%. Yeah. Like... Honestly, like again, like even at our level when we play gully cricket with our friends, if it takes a faint make, you know as a batsman, right? And if it misses, you're fine. Like it's over there. Of course, there's a lot of noise and all of that, but the way he walked, like you only walk like that when
you are told to walk.
Yeah, when it's like a huge deflection and you're like, there's no point in me even staying here. But if it's a close thing, you never walk on your own.
Yeah.
When there's this much gap, what are you doing, bro?
Welcome to the dirty underbelly of the IPL.
Yeah, so basically now Jay Shah is sending out a hit squad against us. Ambani is sending one hit squad against us. CSK fans though already are going to send one against
Those
me.
CSK fans, if they send out a hit squad, I'll be happy, dude. Like I know they exist in person and it's not just like one guy on Twitter handling all of those accounts.
You don't know these assassins who are going to come after. Yeah. So Amar, let's move on to the final team we want to talk about, which is Lucknow, who are still in an outside position to qualify. You have to look into the camera. You said the most confident I have ever seen you about anything.
Yeah, so I confidently said that Lucknow will not qualify in the top 4. And I said that Nicky Puran will win them 2-3 games.
No, don't go to the things you said right. Talk about this first.
But they've not qualified, and I don't think they're going to qualify, dude. Like, okay.
Don't backtrack. You were talking like they are the worst.
They are. They are. The Nicky P 2-3 games that I said that he'll win for them is what has happened so far. Okay. Very honestly, I did not expect Makram and Mitch Marsh to have such an IPL.
Even I shit on Mitch Marsh in that episode, to be fair.
They're the two most random people to have a good season. But again, they're very inconsistent and they will not qualify if Pant doesn't like improve his batting. That I can give you for sure. Like, what is his stats? At one point, I remember he scored like a total of 22 runs.
I don't have his stats in front of me, but he's been horrible. Yeah. Like, he's not been some... Again, when you have someone who you've paid 27 crore for, and you're still not sure where exactly he fits, what his role is he going to be the aggressor who's going to take them over the line in games? Is he going to be the anchor who everyone else bats around? He has no role. There's no clarity in his head.
He's sending Ayush Badoni to bat before him.
I don't think Pant enjoys captaincy.
He doesn't. He really doesn't.
He really does. He seems to be that carefree, nice guy in the team who's just... You need to unshackle and just let him just.
But he wanted captaincy.
That's what's strange about it.
Yeah, he wanted to be, because I felt like he might feel that if he's not captain, then he doesn't have a very strong chance to break into the Indian white ball team. Yeah, I think that could be his thought process.
Maybe.
But you're right, captaincy does not do well for him, because you want him to be that freestyle sort of player who just goes out there and expresses himself. And when he has that burden of captaincy, he just doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, and the burden of captaincy, dude, it's not a small thing. Like people like Virat Kohli himself have said how much more freeing it is to play without that burden, right? So it's not something which we can just sit here and take lightly. It's a big thing. And if you're not cut out for it, it doesn't make you any less of a player. But for him especially, and the problem is that they have already invested this.
If you're paying 27 crores, you have to make him captain.
You have to, right? Like that's the only way you can justify this.
Or they can go the left route and look at Markram, who's an experienced captain. Or Nicky Puran, who's an experienced captain.
But I think
give it to him.
But it would also be admitting that they made a mistake.
It's not going to happen this season.
It's not going to happen. Yeah, exactly.
This season is not going to happen.
Before we move on, because we spoke a bit about Puran, right? What an astonishing player he is.
He's too good.
He's too good, right? And this IPL, he has an average of 48 with a strike rate of 205. Now, just to put that, I mean, you see strike rates that high, but you don't see the combination of an average and a strike rate being that high. Just for perspective, right? Like, if you just put that in simple math terms of what that impact is on a game, he's giving you basically 48 for 1 in 4 overs. The rest of the team in the remaining 16 overs of the game, if they go run a ball, you're still getting to about 150. The rest of the team for 16 overs goes run a ball. If they go at 7 per over, 8 an over, you're reaching 170, 180 easily.
He is the best T20 batsman.
And this is his average, by the way. He plays better than this in some matches. Like, that is how good he has been.
He's the best T20 batsman going around the circuit currently.
I think from 2024 onwards right now, probably him and Surya Kumar are up there as the top two. And he plays a lot more T20 cricket, so probably you'll have to give it to Nicholas Puran.
And what he does very well is that it's not just free swinging, right? He just doesn't go and hit the ball randomly. You watch the next time you're watching Nicky P bat. He changes his stance and his bat swing according to which bowler is in front of him. So he gauges. When the bowler is bowling a hard length, he stands in a different way. When the bowler is bowling full, he stands in a different way. The point of him is not his feet movement. He's not the the best batsman. It's his bat swing. Like how easily can he access his bat swing?
And in a recent interview, one thing which he said is that a lot of people end up focusing on practicing their bat swing. I don't focus on that. I've just focused on timing. Which makes a lot of sense when you see him like bat, because he's able to pick up the slower balls. He's devastating against a slower ball. It just shows that the way he's able to react to changes of pace, it sets him apart. I think he's probably the best at that I've seen. I've not really seen a lot of Puran until I've closely watched him this IPL. And he's just been incredible at that.
And he hits them all clean. It's not like those Gale sixes, where it's hit like the bottom of the bat and it's gone some 15 rows back just because of how much power that guy has. This guy's not the most big guy, West Indian big guy. He's not that. He's not Pollard. He's not Gale. He doesn't have that physique. But he has the natural gift of timing, and that bat swing is just amazing.
It's amazing.
But with Lucknow, what do you think? How do you think they've played this season?
I think they've got good value for what they've had. I didn't think they'd be this high up the table either. They've played well in moments. Nicholas Puran has been, of course, we predicted him to be as one of the best batsmen in the IPL. That has been a key for them playing this well. The most important thing of Lucknow when you watch their games is Digvesh Rathido. Where do you stand on his...
I think IPL and BCCI need to allow a little bit of fight back into cricket.
I love seeing that, man. It's so much fun. I don't want...
You remember that Stark and Pollard episode? That lives in my head rent-free.
It's one of the... Just tell the listeners, for those who don't remember, how amazing this is.
This was in 2016 before Stark had left the IPL. He was playing for Bangalore, and basically he's taken his run-up, and Stark's run-up is long, okay? It's almost like 5 steps after the 30-yard circle. And he's taken that full-blown run-up, and Pollard has just pulled out at the last second.
Very last second. Like literally, he's jumped, and then that's when Pollard moves.
So Stark has finished bowling the ball. So even though Pollard has moved out, Stark has released the ball from his hand. It's gone towards Pollard. Pollard has dodged it, and then Pollard has taken his bat and thrown it to the direction of Stark, and it ensued a fight. But My God, that was fiery and that was fun to watch. And
like the whole Kohli and Gambhir thing
Yeah.
also, which happened. Like again, they got into a fight when
Yeah.
both of them were captains. Kohli was captain of RCB, Gambhir of KKR.
Yeah.
No, was it KKR?
No, it happened when he was the coach of Lucknow. Coach of Lucknow.
Yeah, my bad. But again, like that fiery kind of a
Yeah.
thing. I love that, dude. I love that there's one annoying guy
Yeah.
who's from, like, no one's heard of him, but he has the confidence to come up over there and start writing people off.
Yeah.
I love that.
And I
stuff,
love
man.
the way, like, I love his improvisation and like his ability to adapt to circumstances, dude. Because at one point, they were like 5 matches in. His base salary is 30 lakhs in the IPL.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And he'd already paid 6 lakhs in fines.
Yeah.
So like it's like a fifth of his salary is already gone in fines.
So I actually did a bit more research on that. So, you know the auction price you get, right? Players also get a match appearance fee on top of that, which is fixed.
Okay.
Which is like some, I think 7 lakh, 6 lakh or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so then basically his match appearance fee was going in
It's
his
just
fine.
going in those fines.
Yeah. But like he found a way to circumvent that by writing on the floor. What a genius. He stopped getting fined after that. Apparently you can write on the floor, but you can't write on
I
the
think
palm.
they realized that they can't stop it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's more that.
At this point, they're just taking money away from his parents. But I love that guy's style. He's bowled also pretty well,
Yeah,
man. He's bowled really well. But yeah, I think I agree with you. I still don't think Lucknow are going to finish in the top 4.
Yeah, I hope not, because I'm going to look like an absolute idiot. And
you've doubled down. Yeah.
I've doubled down. But the positive thing is that they're getting a lot of their injured bowlers back. So Avesh Khan has come back, Mayank Yadav has come back.
He's played this match. Yeah, he picked up this guy's wicket, dude.
When we were recording the first episode, it was almost as if like they missed the entire season, all these bowlers.
Yeah.
But they're coming back, and let's see what Lucknow do.
So Mumbai reached 215, dude, Amar.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and Lucknow are 68 for 3, which
Puran is out.
Puran is out.
Pant is batting.
Dude, he got out by Jax has picked up 2 wickets. How did Jax suddenly become a good bowler, bro? We didn't use him at RCB or what? Or was he shit for us?
We barely played him and he bowled. Dude, he bowled well for RCB. In fact, like when he started playing for RCB,
barely bowled, bro.
He used to bowl the first over. Always.
Not
and
always, da. He bowled like twice or thrice, bro.
No, whenever
in
he
that
played,
run where he reached the team only a little bit late that season, and then he bowled like a few.
Whenever
By
he
the way,
played,
Pant is out already.
Okay.
4 from 2.
Okay.
I don't know why. I mean, this match is over by the time this
Yeah.
comes out. So not very good content they're
It's
putting out
not.
there. Yeah.
How do you want to end? Do you want to just
You tell me who you think is winning purple cap. You tell me who you think is winning orange cap. We'll pick winners of the tournament because we'll have another episode later. But right now, I want to hear these two. Just one word picks.
Orange cap, I'm gonna go with my man Virat, bro.
Let's go, dude.
I actually don't know orange cap standings at all. I don't know who's where.
Virat is, I think, 30ish runs behind this guy, Sai Sudarshan. Sai Sudarshan's on 420ish, Virat's on 390ish, Puran's on like.
Oh, Sai Sudarshan is the leader.
Yeah, Sai Sudarshan.
Virat is second.
He's second or maybe even third, I think, at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like who else is up there? Yeah.
If Virat and Hazlewood win the orange cap and purple cap, then I think we have a strong chance of
winning the IPL.
No, I didn't say it.
I think that's a good point.
That's just the fanboy in me talking. If I have to say it from an analyst point of view, I think like Sai Sudarshan is the one who he stabilizes and eventually gets
playing
more
the longer
runs.
innings.
He's playing the longer innings.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think Virat. I think Hazlewood.
Oh, nice.
I think the Fair Play Award is going to RCB. I think the IPL is also going to RCB.
Oh, wait. I don't understand how they calculate that Fair Play Award. Because Chennai are like an average of 10.8 or something. How is it possible?
Till date, I have not understood. No, actually, does that make sense? I think maybe one umpire has to score out of 5. The other umpire has to score out of 5. And the match referee gets like a bonus point or something. This is total guesswork, by the way. I have no,
how are they above average in fair play, dude? Like, how can you be 10.6, 10.8?
Bro,
I've never
I'm telling you,
that.
we're winning the IPL quadruple, bro.
I don't care about
purple
the fair play
cap,
award.
orange cap, fair play.
I don't care. I don't give a shit about that fair play award, dude. If Virat has to go and sledge someone to get him out and lose like 3 fair play points, please go and do it.
No, we're winning it all, boys. We're winning all 4. That's my prediction.
Okay,
All right, this has been fun, Amar.
Yeah, this is a horrible way to end the episode, but
Thank you all for getting this far into the episode. We have our full episodes on YouTube. We have our podcast released on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You can follow us on Instagram where we release short clips. You can follow us on YouTube Shorts. Follow us on YouTube. We also release shorts. And thank you so much for supporting us. Like, comment, share with us what you think.
Oh yeah, a couple of people have done that and it's very refreshing. Like, we are taking your feedback because we used to do a podcast before, but it was only audio format. So in the video, like, things are a little bit different. But yeah, let us know what you think, and we really like your suggestions.
See you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.